Heavy rain pelted against the window of Alec's beat-up car as he squinted against the gloom that was being feebly illuminated by the aged headlights. Muttering curses, he gripped the steering wheel and fumed at the fact that his boss had forced him to work late hours, causing him to have to drive home in the rain at night. He hated driving in the rain. It only made the challenging drive along the narrow mountain road even more treacherous. But he'd done it before, and he'd do it again. Suddenly, Alec saw something that brought his car to a screeching stop on the slick road. There was a little girl, unusually pale and highlighted by the high beams of the car, standing on the side of the road just outside of the car lane. Overcoming his shock, he wheeled his car gently forward, rolling down his window to talk to the child. "Hey, you gave me quite a shock. What are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere all by yourself?" Alec asked, trying to sound more cheery and good-natured than he felt. "Waiting," the girl replied, her voice low and for an unidentifiably reason slightly creepy. "Waiting? For what?" Alec asked, confused. "The bus," she replied simply, as Alec leaned out the window and turned to his gaze upward to realize that there was, in fact, a weather-beaten bus stop sign just a few feet from the girl. It was almost illegible due to the rust and paint peeling. "I don't think the bus runs here anymore. Do you live far from here? I could give you a ride," Alex suggested. The girl nodded and wordlessly opened the door and climbed into the passenger seat. Alex started the car. They drove in silence for a few miles when suddenly the girl broke the uncomfortable quiet. "We're not far from where I live now." Alec looked around. "Are you sure? There aren't any road signs or landmarks or stuff," he trailed off. "I'm sure," she replied. A few minutes later, after more silence, the girl spoke again. "My stop is just ahead," she said quietly. "If you say so," Alec muttered, uncertain as to whether or not they were going in the right way. Suddenly, a bend in the road, leading to the right, came into view in the distance. "Turn left. My stop is to the left," said the girl. Alec looked at her strangely. "Kid, I don't think you know your directions," Alex said, eyeing the girl. "That turn goes to the right." "I know. Turn left," the girl said, a slightly angry tone creeping into her voice. Alec turned his head fully towards her. "I'm not turning left. Sorry. But you can't possibly live down there. It's nothing but a ravine," Alex snapped. The girl snapped her head around to face Alec. Her face contorted in anger, and her previously icy blue eyes were now a haunted purple. "I said, turn left," she screamed. Suddenly, the steering wheel was wrenched out of Alec's hands, sending the car careening through the guardrail and over the edge of the cliff. As Alec lay dying in the mangled wreckage, he saw a second car at the bottom of the ravine. The bodies of a young girl and her parents were inside.